What's up, you guys? It's your boy the Ghoul Guy, back at you guys yet again with another video. Today we are going to be showcasing a team for the Fossil Cup yet again, but this is going to be a anti-meta team. Now, for anybody who does not know what an anti-meta team, it is a team built specifically to go against the meta. The meta being all the Pokemon that normally you would see in a specific cup or league, which in this case, the Fossil Cup. Normally, when you go into the Fossil Cup, you're normally going to see a bunch of the same freaking Pokemon, and it gets pretty crazy, okay? I mean, not crazy, it gets pretty repetitive anyway. But I have compiled and built a team that's somewhat anti-meta to the actual normal teams that you would normally see. Also, it's a good chance for me to actually showcase some Pokemon that I normally have not showcased on this actual channel, which I'm actually excited to showcase for you guys. So first off, starting out, we're actually going to show the stats of everything real quick before we actually get into it too anyway. But first Pokemon that we're actually going to be using in this league, which is actually pretty exciting, is Ludicolo. This is the Ludicolo we're going to be using here. It has Razor Leaf, Ice Beam, and Leaf Storm. I've been seeing a lot of people use Ludicolo throughout the Fossil Cup, and I have chosen myself to build one myself, and this thing actually is a monster in the Fossil Cup. Really nice to use in the Fossil Cup. Now, the charge moves aren't really the best. I think that's why Ludicolo is actually very bad in like the open Great League specifically, just because like literally you got Ice Beam and Leaf Storm. Leaf Storm is not the best grass type move. I mean, it takes like super long to actually get that charge move going. And Ice Beam actually isn't that bad, but it takes a while. Like the quick moves are horrible to like in terms of building up to those charge moves, but the quick move is the reason why we're using Ludicolo here, because Ludicolo has Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf is gonna work phenomenal for us because, you know, there's a lot of lanterns in the Fossil Cup, and as well basically like pretty much all the water types, whether that be Jellicent and as well as Poliwrath, Ludicolo is gonna work phenomenally for us. And then as well we have Lantern. We're gonna have Lantern in there. Speaking of Lantern anyway, we're gonna actually have Lantern as our switch with Spark, Surf, and Thunderbolt. Now there's a lot of flyers that you're gonna be seeing in the Fossil Cup, so Spark and Thunderbolt is going to do phenomenally for that. If we ever run into a rock type as well, Surf is there as well. But yes, very good against the Poliwraths as well, all the different water types as well. Pretty much an anti-water team, essentially. This is like a very much anti-water flying team, which is very nice. IVs for it, obviously not the best PvP IVs, too high of an attack, and you know, obviously, but this is a Lantern I've had for a while now. Essentially, I built it up for like, you know, I've had it for a while, so we're gonna use it. It still works wonders for me. Anywho, we're getting to the last Pokemon that we're going to be showcasing here today, and it is going to be Lucario. Now, it's been a while since I've actually showcased, well, no, I have not showcased Lucario actually on this channel. Actually super excited to show you guys Lucario in action with its new move Force Palm, Thunder Punch, and Power Up Punch as the charge move. But Force Palm is going to be the new quick move. It just feels amazing. Everything, like when it actually uses it, like it just looks really cool when he uses it. But yes, Thunder Punch, Power Up Punch to actually like build up more, you know, obviously more damage towards the Force Palm, which is pretty dope. These are the IVs for the Lucario here. Obviously got it during the raid day that we had for Lucario. Built it up for this league, and that Thunder Punch is going to work phenomenally for any of the water and, as I said, flying types, and the Force Palm is going to work good for any of the steel types, which most most likely, since this is our only fighter, we would have to use majority of our shields, if not at least a shield, to make sure Lucario can get through it, because Lucario in itself, really cool, fun Pokemon to use, but very fragile. But anyway, we're gonna get into it here. I'm gonna showcase this here, but yes, definitely very fun team to use for sure. So highly recommend this team going into it. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into the matches. We're gonna have 2 separate matches too. So this video is gonna be a little longer than usual. Apologize for that, you know, if you guys don't like the longer videos, but I want to showcase this team, and I had two pretty solid matches, 2-5 matches throughout. But anyway, first match, we got Ludicolo versus Ferrothorn here. Alright, so Ludicolo, basically what I do here, I don't want to switch directly into the Lucario, because the thing is, once I switch into Lucario, then I'm stuck in that match with another Pokemon that's probably gonna, you know, obviously be a counter to Lucario. So we stay in there, try to get to the Ice Beam. Ice Beam is gonna be, see if we can connect or see if we can get a shield here. Let's see. And yes, we are able to connect. Does a pretty good amount of damage to Ferrothorn, which is nice. We're not going to be using a shield here. We definitely want to make sure we maintain our shields. I'm actually surprised that it had Iron. It was an Iron Head or something like that. I'm actually very surprised that I had Iron Head. What I do here, I definitely mess up in the beginning here. I switched to the Lantern accidentally when I meant to switch to Lucario. This is a mishap that I had in this match. And also too, for whatever reason, I use Thunder Punch instead of Force Palm. But either way, this match did not go well for me having that switch, and you're gonna see right here why it did not go well. But yes, we're going to get pretty much smacked by this. I probably shouldn't have shielded here either, but I wanted to use this Power Punch to see if I can actually save this match in some kind of way. But yeah, he takes it, but unfortunately I already die. I'm thinking maybe I can still, like, you know, take this. I could probably still win this potentially, but yes, like, it's just too far down the line. He's using Power Up Punch. He's going to be hitting me even harder here. We're going to be going for the Thunderbolt. He's most likely still going to shield here. I believe they still have one more shield left, which is, yeah, it's not going to work out that well. Poliwrath probably going to be getting to the Dynamic Punch before I even get to anything. I can shield up here, catch that Dynamic Punch. Oh, nope, it's a Power-Up Punch, and I get played yet again. Let's see if I can get to the Thunderbolt. I try to you know, get a little bit more charge, get a little bit more charge energy. I don't know why I was like so lost in my words. I tried to get a little bit more charge energy for the back line, but unfortunately that did not work out, and I get KO'd there. But yes, first game did not work out that well, but you will start to see I start to kick it up a gear, you know, here shortly. But yes, I love this team. You will see why I love this team here shortly, but we had some pretty close matches, I'm not gonna lie. And also the leads have always been horrible this battle round here. But we got Ludicolo versus Magnezone. I end up catching the actual what I believe is a Volt Switch. But it was actually a mirror shot, which is still non-effective, which is very fine with me. So we're going to try to get to the Thunderbolt or a Surf, but unfortunately they get to their charge move yet again. I believe this is going to be okay, so they use a mirror shot yet again, which is fine with me. They can keep doing that. So I end up using a Surf here, knowing that they're going to be using a shield. Let's see if they actually do that. Yes, they do, which is good there. And then, alright, so now we're coming down to the line here. They already used the shield. We have our shields here. I'm thinking, okay, I was thinking this one's actually going to be the Volt Switch, but looks like they baited me yet again. We end up using another Surf here. Let's see if this one connects, and it does not. They put up another shield. So we switch in with Ludicolo. I'm thinking in my head, should I use the shield, should I not? And I don't end up using the shield. I probably should have used the shield. To be honest, looking at this match back, I definitely probably should have used the shield, but unfortunately I did not. We switch in with the Lucario, trying to take out that Magnezone, and then we end up getting to the Thunder Punch, which is very nice, doing super effective damage to the Golisopod here. We end up shielding the Golisopod's Liquidation. Liquidation definitely probably would have took me out there. So definitely a good thing that I actually didn't use my shield, actually thinking back at it now. We're going to be using a Thunder Punch onto the Jellicent here. I believe they have no more shields left, so we're going to see if we can get... okay, so we end up switching into the Lantern, seeing if... definitely, this is either going to be a Surf or Shadow Ball. Most likely going to be a Shadow Ball. Let's see. Yep. Okay, cool. But yeah, we end up switching the Lantern so I can see if I can get to Thunder Punch in time. Ooh, they switch into the Magnezone, which actually messes them up a little bit because I was able to get my charge move back and get to a Thunder Punch in time. Let's see if it lands, and it does, and we win that match. But yeah, if they didn't switch into the Magnezone, I definitely would have lost there. Like, they definitely should have stayed in with the Jellicent and took me out with a Surf or a Shadow Ball. I don't know what they were thinking, or if they were thinking that I had like another shield left. I'm not sure, but we did win that match, which is very nice, very nice. Going into the next match here, Ludicolo versus Golisopod. Now, they end up switching into the Registeel, which is perfect for me. We're going to switch into the Lucario. This is perfect. We're going to be hitting it with the Power Up Punch here. Even if they shield this, we do get a buff, which is very nice. That's why I have it on there. Alright, so they don't end up shielding, which is fine with me. We're going to shield for sure on my end because, okay, yeah, between the Zap Cannon and the fighting move that it has, it definitely would have took us out, which is a-okay with me. We end up KOing the Registeel. We have one shield to their 2 shields, but I have a feeling they're going to use another shield once we get to this Thunder Punch. Let's see what happens here. Does it land? It does not, and they use their shield, which is fine with me. Let's see if I can get to another Thunder Punch. I cannot use another Thunder Punch. I believe I hold on to this shield because I do not... Oh, no, I don't hold on to this shield because I still have another Thunder Punch. I'm guessing with this, I was just trying to, you know, get his shield off. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So now he doesn't have any shields left. And now it's gonna be Ludicolo versus Lucario. There's so many, like, Ludicolo and Lucario. It's so hard to say it, like, at the same time, you know, between the two. But yes, Lucario is gonna be hitting me with the Thunder Punch. Let's see if we can get to the charge move. No, we cannot get to the charge move in time, unfortunately. Let's see what I end up doing here. We switch into our Lucario, seeing if I can finish off their Lucario. Unfortunately, their Lucario already had the charge move ready. Ends up taking me out there, which is fine with me. We switch into the Lantern, get a little bit of farming energy, not too much. Still a good matchup between the Lantern and the Golisopod because I believe X-Scissor doesn't do too much to me. A decent amount of damage, but the Spark is going to do a lot of damage. And we get to our Thunderbolt here. Let's see if we can finish off the Golisopod. Let's see. I believe they don't have any more shields left. And this should be the KO. I think they just left. Yeah, I think they just left. But we did win that match. if I seem uncertain on what exactly I did at this time, it's because I recorded this, I want to say, a day or two ago, so I'm not exactly sure exactly how I played out the match. But looking at the matches themselves, I was in the zone for some of the moments. Other moments I can tell I was just like, I don't know what I was doing. But you know, it is what it is. We're going Ludicolo versus Ferrothorn yet again. As I said, I keep getting these horrible leads with Ludicolo, but it is what it is. Ferrothorn, we're going to let that charge move go through. It's going to be a Power Whip. Power Whip's going to take a good amount of damage off of me. We're going to try to get to this Ice Beam before it gets to another charge move, but unfortunately he gets to another Power Whip or a Thunder. Which one is it? It's going to be a Power Whip. Boom. That's fine with me. Now it has to build up to another charge move. They end up switching into a Wormadam. I did not expect them to switch into another Steel. I should have stayed in with Lucario. I remember this now. I was so mad when they switched in with the Wormadam. I was like, my goodness. But I still have a chance, an opportunity to still come out on top with the Lucario. That bug move did so much damage. Oh my god. We're going to be going off with a Surf here. Surf hopefully is going to be able to connect. If not, we will get a shield, and it does connect, KOing the Wormadam. They switch back into their Ferrothorn. Building up some charge move too, which is not good for me, but we still have 2 shields, which is still fine. We're definitely going to be shielding up this one here, which is going to be the Thunder. They switch into their Lantern, which is not going to be the best, not at all. We're going to be using Power Up Punch, see if we can get some more damage onto our Force Palm, and seeing if we can get to this Thunder Punch before they get to a Thunder or a Surf. We do get to the oh, I should have used Thunder Punch. I don't know what I probably should have used Thunder Punch, especially being boosted so high. But at the same time, we did get another shield off, which is nice. And we still have one more shield too. Like, watch, I'm talking crap about my past self, but I'm probably doing like work right now, which is insane. But they do end up getting to the Surf, unfortunately, which potentially, yeah, it's definitely going to KO the Lucario, and that is GG's. But yeah, I think I probably had like a couple different misplays in that one, unfortunately. But we held in there. We were trying to finish it out strong, but unfortunately Lantern was able to get to that Surf in time. But yeah, going into the next match, I forgot about the Lucario mask. Like, I forgot you can actually get the Lucario mask. Hold on real quick. Had to start my camera over again. We got Ludicolo versus Lucario. Ludicolo is doing a lot of damage with his Force Palm. We end up switching into our Lantern just in time for them to use Power Up Punch. I was thinking I was gonna be catching a Thunder Punch, but we end up catching the Power Up Punch, which is fine. I still would have used the shield as Ludicolo if it wasn't, if I didn't switch, so that's fine. Alright, so we're gonna be able to get to the Surf here, which should be getting us at least a shield. Hopefully we get a shield here. We do get a shield, which is very nice. And Lucario is going to be, yes, Lucario is going to be farming us down with the Force Palm, unfortunately. We end up switching back to the Ludicolo. I was thinking staying in with the, I was thinking of staying in or switching in with our Lucario, but I felt like we would take a lot of damage, so that's why I switched into our Ludicolo, which is nice because we have enough farm energy that we are going to be able to get to our Ice Beam onto the Pelipper, which is going to be very nice. Let's see if we can get that off here, and we do get the shield, which is nice because now switching into the Lucario, we should be able to get to that Thunder Punch. Let's see. It was a Weather Ball. I'm not sure if I'm able to take Weather Ball as Lucario or not. It's such a fragile Pokemon. I just didn't want to take the chance. But we do get the Thunder Punch off, taking out the Pelipper. They switch into their Feraligatr. Feraligatr is going to be pretty deadly. It gets to its charge moves very quickly, but we still have our Ludicolo in the back, so we should be able to farm it down. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Oh my god. And boom! KO. Ludicolo for the win. Insane. But that is the reason Razor Leaf is so good in this meta. It just like, it literally just farms down water types so freaking fast. But yeah, Razor Leaf really good in this anti-meta team anyway. But yes, Ludicolo really good, really good. But yes, between Ludicolo, Lucario, and Lantern, like, it's just like switching between all three of the names because they start with L's is just like, it's a hassle sometimes, but hey, we're gonna make it work, okay? But yes, that was the first match, first like couple 5 matches there, which wasn't bad, but we definitely did better on the next 5 matches. So let's showcase this right now. Let's get into the next matches here. We got Ludicolo versus Ferrothorn. Not the best matchup, of course, not the best matchup. We're gonna try to get to this Ice Beam before it takes us out. We are not gonna be using our shields for sure. We're gonna be keeping our shields for the back line. Going to be hitting us with the Power Whip, which is fine. It's taking out more than half of our health, which is unfortunate. But we're going to try to get to this Ice Beam. Let's see. And we cannot get to the Ice Beam, which is a-okay. Ludicolo's going down. We're going to be switching in, of course, with our Lucario. Lucario's gonna do a little bit more damage off. Let's see if he ends up switching at some point. He does not end up switching, which is actually fine with me. We're gonna be using Power Up Punch here, boosting our energy, or boosting our, you know, Force Palm charge moves here, or Force Palm quick moves here. But yes, they end up getting their charge move in time, which is unfortunate. So we are going to have to use our shields, but we are able to take out the Ferrothorn, which is nice. That is the main thing. We definitely want to take out the Ferrothorn. They end up switching into their Poliwrath, then switching into their Pelipper. Then they find out, yeah, it's GG's, game over, because Lantern is just going to take out both of those Pokemon, and it's just GG's, it's just game over. But yes, next match, we are already starting off to a good start here. Let's get into the next match. But yes, thanks for following along, everybody, for the support and everything like that. But yeah, we are going to be showcasing probably one more team for the Fossil Cup. And next we'll probably be doing the Master League. So, but anyway, getting into the next match, we got Ludicolo versus Ferrothorn yet again. Ferrothorn is prominent in the lead all the time. I use Ferrothorn a lot in the lead all the time, so I really can't blame anybody for using Ferrothorn. Such a good Pokemon to use in the Fossil Cup. But anyways, getting to the Ice Beam, which is very nice. We're going to be getting off this Ice Beam onto the Ferrothorn. Let's see if they end up shielding or not. They do not, which is very cool for me. So Lucario is going to be able to farm it down, which is going to be very nice. We're definitely going to be letting the Ludicolo go. Boom, Ludicolo's out of there. Let's get the Lucario back in. Lucario should be able to farm down the rest of the way, which is very nice. They bring in Golisopod. Going to be going in for the Thunder Punch here. Let's see if that connects or if they shield. They end up shielding, which is fine with me. I end up switching into the Lantern just because I know their charge move is going to be on the way, and that way I don't really have to use a shield for their next charge move, which is going to be fine. Which is going to be a Liquidation. Does not do that much damage to me. I'm guessing he was trying to like think I was going to like shield there. I'm gonna shield this one. This one's the X scissor. Yep, there it is. And then now we're gonna I was thinking I was gonna bait here, but yeah, we're just gonna go in with the Thunderbolt, seeing if they don't shield here or they use their last shield, which they do end up using their last shield, which is fine with me, because now let's see, now I'm just gonna take the liquidation. So they try to bait me again, and I end up keeping my shield, because I'm guessing what they wanted me to do is basically be shieldless for when Jellicent switches in, and then we would have to be forced to basically go like get hit with the Shadow Ball. But yeah, they end up getting hit with the Thunderbolt onto the Jellicent, and then yeah, it was pretty much done deal once they switched into the Golisopod, and they just ended up quitting. But yes, this team very good for the Fossil Cup. As I said before, it's just really good because there's a lot of water types in this mat, or a lot of water types, flying types in this cup. The main important thing is to use a fighter. Definitely want to get a fighter in there for all the steel types. Alright, so we get into the next match. They start off with the Slowking. Yeah, so of course they switch to the Lucario, because they do not want the Slowking getting hit with the Razor Leafs, which is fine with me. I wait until Lucario gets to his charge move to switch into my Lucario, just because I just didn't want to get hit with the charge move before it gets to his charge move, because it would have not ended well anyway. But we are able to get to shield off onto the Slowking, which is very nice. We switch back into the Ludicolo, which is going to be cool because Razor Leaf is going to do a lot of damage. Confusion also does a lot of damage on me too, so that's another thing I have to worry about. They end up using Surf, really baiting me, which is unfortunate. We're going to see if we can farm the rest of the way down, which we end up doing, which is very nice. They end up switching into a Credilli. Now, between Ice Beam and the grass move that I have for Ludicolo, I'm not sure which would be better for Credilli, but it doesn't matter either way. They do end up shielding. Alright, so I end up switching into the Lantern, thinking that it might have been a rock move or a rock slide that they end up using, but it was Grass Knot. Grass Knot still doesn't KO me, which is nice. But looks like they got to another Grass Knot here, and that will be KOing me. We switch back into the Ludicolo. Let's see if we can get to a charge move in time, and we do not, unfortunately. GG's to my opponent. Credilli is also really cool too. It would be nice to actually try out Credilli, and also too, it's the Team Rocket Takeover event, so essentially I could get a Shadow Credilli. That would be pretty cool to use in the Fossil Cup. Let's see if that actually is pretty viable. Alright, so we got Ludicolo versus the Lantern. Now, Razor Leaf, of course, is going to do a lot of damage onto Lantern, but Lantern still could pull off a Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt still is going to do a lot of damage to Ludicolo. Let's see if it actually... I actually do shield here, which is very nice. But I do get baited. I probably should have just let that go. Every other game, I usually let it go if it's a matchup where, like, I know I'm not the right typing for it. So that's usually why you see that I'm not, I'm not like letting it go. I knew I had the advantage, so that's why I shielded. But they do end up switching into a Ferrothorn. I don't know why. I was just super late. I think I was doing something in the middle of this. I was super late getting to the Ice Beam, so I didn't get an excellent there. Probably could have done a little bit more damage to the Ferrothorn, but it's a-okay. Razor Leaf is still getting it down to a little lower than half, which is very nice. Ferrothorn's definitely going to be taking me out here with the Power Whip, which is fine with me because we're going to be switching into our Lucario. They switch into the Poliwrath, and we switch into our Lantern. And that is how the team works. Okay, now the Poliwrath is probably going to be hitting me with a dynamic punch, potentially. Do I shield here? I do not shield here. We're just going to let that go. It does do a lot of damage to me, but I know it won't KO me, which is fine. We're going to be using a Surf here, trying to bait the shield out. I believe the last shield. Let's see what happens. Yep, there it is. Let's see if I can. No, I should have probably just used another Surf, but that's fine. But we still do have a spare shield, which is nice. They use an Icy Wind, baiting me a little bit here. Basically, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna farm up just those Thunder Punches for the last component, or Thunder Punches, the power-up punches anyway, for the last Pokemon here, which is gonna be the Ferrothorn. Still doing a lot of extra damage here. We got another power-up punch here. Let's see if it lands. I believe that was their last shield, and that might even be KOing. Boom, there it is. I love winning with moves that are like very like weak, but you know, also give us like a also give us also give us an advantage in terms of like our damage, you know, gives us a boost anyway. So I love to see it, but yes, Lucario putting in work in these matches, which is very nice indeed. All right, so we got Ludicolo versus Pelipper. Now wing attacks as well as Hurricane is going to do a lot of damage to us, so we switch over to the Lantern. They switch into their Lantern, which is fine because we have an advantage. We have more charge move energy, so we're going to be able to pull off the Thunderbolt here. Let's see, Thunderbolt is going to be blocked there, which is fine with me because we have our shields still. But am I going to use them? That is the question. I don't think I'm going to use them. Yep, because they baited us. Look at that. I knew in my head like they did not have that much energy to be using Thunderbolt. Either that or I was just thinking I've been baited too much, I'm not going to get baited again. But anyway, we're going to use another Thunderbolt onto the Lantern again. And this time, thinking in my head, do I shield, do I not? I just let it go. We're still going to keep our shields, which is fine. And yeah, okay, so we get farmed down there. They do have energy, but Ludicolo with the Razor Leaf takes it out before it's able to use its charge moves, which is fine with me. Now, Razor Leaf still doing a lot of damage to Pelipper, which is very nice. So we are going to be able to shield whatever it has here, which is most likely going to be Hurricane, which I knew it was going to be coming eventually. Razor Leaf ends up taking out the Pelipper, which is very nice. They switch in with the Poliwrath. We're going to be using our charge move here. Let's see if it gets... Nope. Okay, they get the shield off on it, which is fine with me. We're going to farm down the Poliwrath as much as we can before we switch into the Lucario. Let's see if we can win this match here. I believe we still got one more shield, which is very nice. We're going to be blocking whatever they have here, which might be a Dynamic Punch. There it is. Blocked, and we really could have just farmed the Poliwrath down the rest of the way, but to be a little extra here, we're gonna give him a little excellent Thunder Punch, boom, on that last smidget of health, and GG's to me for winning that game. But yes, Lucario coming in clutch, man. I'm not gonna lie, coming in clutch there. We won 4 out of our 5 matches there. As I said, really good anti-meta team. Highly recommend this anti-meta team if you are tired of the regular Pokemon that you normally see in the Fossil Cup anyway. Especially since we're going to be having it for the next rotation, because all they're really doing is switching Ultra League to Master League and then keeping the Fossil Cup. So it will be around for a while. So if you want somewhat of like an anti-meta team, this team actually worked out wonders for me. One thing I will say though, I have been experimenting switching out Lucario for Poliwrath. I believe Poliwrath does a little better than Lucario in certain situations. Now, I know Lucario has the Thunder Punch, which is very nice, which I do recommend. You probably should use Thunder Punch. You probably should use Shadow Ball over either Power Punch or Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch you should keep Thunder Punch and probably switch out Power Punch for Shadow Ball if you do plan on using this team. But I do recommend you probably just switch out with Poliwrath. Poliwrath is able to take a lot more damage than the Lucario. Also, Icy Wind debuffing a lot of the Pokemon is also really nice. And Dynamic Punch, even on neutral matchups, does really well. So, if you do use this team, maybe even switch out Lucario for Poliwrath. That's a potential. But yeah, really like this team. Really like it. But yes, definitely let me know what you guys thought of the team down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe to the channel as it helps the channel grow. And if you guys like this video, man, let me know down in the comments, man. If you like these longer videos of me doing PvP matches, let me know as well. Also too, if you guys want me to speed it up, also let me know, because I know a lot of PvP Pokemon YouTubers, they usually speed up a lot of their battles, but I did see a couple of comments of people saying that they like the normal slower, you know, like regular, not even slower, just the regular matches. Maybe it'll help you guys, you know, in terms of memorizing the different moves and everything like that, or how long it takes a certain Pokemon to use a charge move, stuff like that. I don't know, but let me know also down in the comments if that helps. But anywho, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.